So that you boleh refer lah. Then we have Raihan. And then Muhammad Hazim. Dia sebenarnya tak ambil rekod pun, dia dah ada lah ni. Tapi kadang lupa. So, tapi normally this class attended almost 100% lah, kan? Offshore ni, offshore system design.
Betul.
I got one more class. Satu lagi kelas tu level up 2. Level up 2 tu diploma lah. Tu ada juga yang tak attend. Normally this class attend okay lah. So we are almost time 3 o'clock. So kita punya dalam ni ada a few topic lah. Not only I put the buckling, tapi sebenarnya ada belah ujung-ujung tu ada few lah. But sisi tutorial, so kita akan what do you call it? Ada example lah. Tapi lah because online kadang-kadang solution dah ada. Okay, we start with the column. I think everybody knows apa the column. So if you look semi-submersible, I think I will just sketch a simple unit. What do you call? Some sort like sketch. Nak bagi faham lah, kan? Kadang-kadang student cakap faham kan? Tapi not so sure, right? Berbeza. So I sketch a simple what do you call it? Schematic lah, schematic punya TLP, right? Tension leg platform. So apa yang dimaksudkan dengan column? So this one lah. This one is your column. So ini dua. This one is a column. Then I put in color menunjukkan the extent of the column, right? So I send to you the sketch. So that you have better understanding lah. So ni example ni can be submersible ataupun tension leg platform. Tension leg because dia ada what do you call it, the some sort of like catenary lah bawah tu kan, mooring. So it will be tension leg, right? So okay, we send you to your offshore group, offshore system design. Dapat So I think you have a good understanding of column. So apa the definition of column? Members that support axial load. That means load by vertical axis vertical axis. Column fail as a result of instability. Bila berlaku instability, then we have failure lah. Column may satisfy condition for which stress and deformation do not result in failure, but failure can still result. So bawah tu ada some definition. Deflection, right? Delta tu equal to PL over AE, and then stress sama dengan load over area, cross section area lah. Kalau column tu cross section area column, and then different definition less than allowable. Kalau ARL tu maksud dia allowable lah, yang dibenarkan, right? Allowable stress. Right? Kalau you put in your notes, ARL tu merujuk kepada allowable. I think I put somewhere here. ARL sama dengan allowable stress. Okay. Disebabkan kita ni online, so banyak cara lah to communicate, but this is one of the method. Jadi kita hantar apa tu? WhatsApp message. Oh, 9 of you lah. 9 orang. So I have a check at the dua orang tak datang. Nur Atirah dan Muhammad Affan. But anyway, tengok nanti siapa yang ni. Okay, I send you another one showing the definition lah bawah tu kan. Less than allowable stress. That means Nur Atirah and Muhammad Affan. Is that? So you can ask question. Selalu lecture soalan kan, tapi you boleh juga. You can ask question. So let's see. Tengok belah kanan tu. Then you see what happen. You boleh do your own experiment. Kalau dekat kelas saya buat macam mana? I put apa tu, contoh macam buku ni kan. You deflect the book. Buku yang tipis kat lah. Kalau tebal susah juga deflect kan. So you will show you that the thing can deflect. Okay, you boleh buat simple experiment. Saya tunjukkan how to show the tapi itu sebenarnya column, but then you can make it into what do you call it, a different format lah, similar. So saya tunjukkan. Ni saya buat ni eksperimen. So you can do a similar experiment lah. Okay. Okay, I send you the simple experiment which you can do. Jangan tengok benda lain ni, tengok tengok di what you call the book ni. Yang book tu kena ni. Nampak buku tu? Buku deflected, right? Nampak? Siapa dalam grup ni? Muhammad Sirajuddin. Sorry, Muhammad Hazim. I cakap something. Muhammad Hazim, you want to say something? Muhammad Hazim, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
Nampak ke dalam tu? Foto gambar tu?
Dapat.
Nampak? So the what do you call it? The book tu deflected, disebabkan load, right, on the top and bottom. Okay. Tapi sebenarnya is a column lah, boleh juga, similar that. If ada nanti example, what example on that. So dalam buckling, right, walaupun you on design kan, kena tahu juga lah. On buckling, dia menggunakan formula yang dipanggil Euler's formula. So Euler ni nama orang lah, ni person, tapi dia dah quite a few years back lah. I think a few hundred years kot. Dah lama. So tak ada orang lagi buat formula, so guna formula dia juga lah. So apa dia? Buckling. Instability related to deflection. So kalau tengok di column tu, dia deflected. So apa condition dia? The one at the bottom, B kan? Atas A, bawah B. A menunjukkan what do you call? Free to move lah. Dia panggil free ni. And then the one lower point, B, is a hinge. More like a hinge. Right? So there are banyak condition. So ni example. So dia kata one would like to determine the smallest value of P, critical buckling load, which is known as Euler's formula. Okay. So kalau ditanya explain Euler's formula kan, contohlah kalau dalam test ke quiz, assessment kan, exam tak ada kan. So gunakan formula yang belah kanan tu lah. PCR sama dengan pi squared times EI over L squared, right? That's the basic formula. So sebenarnya tak boleh ingat. Jenuh juga nak ingat. But dalam exam kita akan bagilah formula tu. Ni derivation yang penting I think not many people can remember lah. Dia sebenarnya bukan remember, tapi derivation, derive. How to derive the equation tu. So you tengok belah kiri tu, on the right actually is a column, right? Tapi dia simplified, dia panggil apa? free body diagram. Pernah? Pernah. Nanti you ada degree kan? Tahulah. This one is some sort like free body diagram. So you tak tunjukkan lah the other elements, but just the column saja. So you focus on the one on the top corner. You take the moment about Q, right? Kat mana Q? Q tu bawah sikit daripada A and exactly on the column. Ini kita tanya soalan. Tina anak Marudin. Ada tu, Tina. Hello. Are you there? Ataupun what do you call it? Saiful Amirul Syafiq. Ada ke? Are you there? Saiful. Wah, juga main tak ada ni kan? Nama ada.
Ada, Sir.
Okay. Ada? Saiful.
Ada.
Okay. So boleh faham ke? The one on the left tu, the what do you call? The sketch on the column, boleh? You have a problem to understand that one? Dia sebenarnya column lah, tapi dia fokus pada top left corner, right? So taking moment about Q, dia dapat MQ. M tu symbol of moment lah. So sebenarnya recorded, you balik tengok, tapi sebenarnya ni nak memahamkan how to get the formula tadi kan, Euler's formula. So this is how they do it. So M plus PY, moment plus PY. P nampak atas tu, P times Y. Y is the distance on the top. Ada arrow tu kan. Tapi kalau dalam kelas saya akan tunjuk lah. Tapi patutnya ada satu lagi tools to show you apa benda tu. But you can see lah. So kalau bawa PY ke kanan, dia become M equal to minus PY. So further derivation using the relation between beam deflection and moment, d squared y dx squared, dah masuk matematik lah, equal to M over EI to minus P over EI y. So kalau ditanya mana dapat formula ni, this one is what do you call it? Memang untuk ni lah, this sort of problem been done for you lah. And then you ambilkan d squared y dx squared plus yang belah kanan tu, right? Because actually dia equal tu kan. Equal, so you bring on the side becomes plus lah. Kalau minus becomes plus, right? So then nampak another figure tengah-tengah tu menunjukkan yang what we focus in, right? So dia bukannya dia potong dia punya column tu, tidak. Dia what do you call it? You take a moment at Q, at that location. So nampak seorang macam dia potong lah. But actually it's a focusing lah. You focus on that particular location, right? So you set P squared equals to P over EI, relation will become D squared Y dx squared plus equal to plus P squared Y, 0. So this one you boleh look up lah. So kalau you solve for Y, ni pening sikit lah, macam ni buat, but this one done for you. A sin PX plus B cos PX. So tak apalah, engineer dia pakai je kan formula. So this one there are some possible solution, right, for this particular condition. For tak akan nampak lagi, you covered. So continue of derivation, examine the second solution, sin PL equals 0, and then which is satisfied if PL equals n pi, right? Ni you almost to the formula lah. So using P squared equal to P over EI, solve over P, dia dapat P equal to N squared pi squared EI over L squared. So kenapa N equal to 1? N 1 because bentuk reflection tu kan, it's just one lengkung lah. So that's why N equal to 1. So the N bukan 1 sorry, N squared bukan 1, we dapat P equal to pi squared EI over L squared, right? So ni dia punya lah derivation. This one example, saya biasa bagi example dalam kelas for this one. So this one very similar to example saya gambar tadi kan, for the what do you call buku yang inilah deflected ataupun buckle. So if you have that particular plate, katakanlah plate ataupun what you call structure tu, okay, you put subject to load dan dia akan buckle juga, yeah? But nanti kita tengok where, kat mana buckle ni. Nampak kan? So the figure in the center tu dia akan buckle that way, and then this particular what you call plate dia akan buckle this way. Dia takkan buckle the other way around. That's really. Kenapa? Why? Okay. Dia bagi jawapan next one. Okay. This one lah. So kalau dalam kelas ni saya biasa buat soalan lah. Please derive for I, Y and X. Saya bagi dimension. Kan? Contoh katakan W certain figure, and then T thickness lah. Certain figure, then you get I, Y and also X. So you mencari the minimum. So kalau minimum Y axis kan. So the column will buckle, right? Any question? Boleh faham? Kalau tak faham juga, buat eksperimen kan. Muhammad Izzat, want to say something?
Faham, sir.
Boleh faham? Okay. So you pun boleh buat eksperimen lah, because this thing can happen lah. Not only offshore structure, but a lot of structures can happen. So another aspect of dipanggil critical stress. Apa dia critical stress? So stress corresponding to PCR called the critical stress is denoted as stress CR. Critical stress. Initially can be represented in terms of radius of gyration. So radius of gyration sebenarnya R. Okay, saya put dalam I send you dia punya derivation. So formula dia I equals to AR squared, right? So radius of gyration R equals to I over A square root R. Okay, I send you. So kalau nak fahamkan radius of gyration ni, a similar tool dekat apa tu? At the kapal lah. Is a gyro compass lah. Pernah dengar tak? Gyro compass. Sebenarnya saus sempurna tu ada. They have. Tapi lah dia not working condition. So apa ni gyro compass tu? So the thing can be, walaupun the compass tu subject to wave kan, wave, tapi dia masih boleh maintain dia punya condition tu due to radius of gyration. Dia nak faham apa? Let's I send to you the definition of R, right? Apa dia radius of gyration? Okay. Pernah dengar ke gyration? Siapa ni? Tak masuk dalam. Ni ketua kelas ni. Muhammad Amirul Nazmi.
Ya.
Pernah dengar ke? The term tu. Pernah dengar tak?
Pernah sebenarnya, sir.
Boleh? Pernah dengar?
Tak
Tak pernah lagi lah kan?
Tak
Apa? It's okay. You always learn something new. Learn something new. So something new for today. Right? Radius of gyration. So dia derive seperti itu PCR, right? Itu tadi tu dah Euler's formula. So now derive untuk critical stress. So critical load over A, dia derive kat atas on the right. Jadi dapat pi squared E over L R squared. L over R, the whole thing squared. So sekarang itulah kegunaan dia. So L over R merujuk kepada slenderness ratio. So kalau people ask you for this particular column or particular plate, what is slenderness ratio? L of R. So you faham lah. I mean L length divided by radius of gyration. So sebenarnya kegunaannya lah untuk cari R, right? So tak apalah use ni sebenarnya, what do you call it? Offshore System Design 1 kan? So introduction lah. So beberapa dipanggil extension of Euler's buckling, right? Critical buckling load and stress for each point can be determined from follows. PCR to pi square ER over L squared. LE, sorry. LE. E sebenarnya merujuk balik efektif. Nanti that one kita akan refer nanti lah lagi. And then you get the formula. Critical stress itu pi squared E tadi kan dah ada explain. Over LE over R squared. So effective length for each column is indicated. So terdapat 4 condition, right? First one on the left, dipanggil fixed pin-ended. So sebenarnya you boleh buat, sebagai contoh kan, tapi jenuh juga lah, not that easy. You buat column, buat pin, and then the roller kan, tahan juga lah. So mungkin bagi idea untuk what do you call it? FYP. FYP bila? Belum lagi Belum. Siapa ni?
Belum tu.
Belum kan? So FYP SEM apa? Now you are SEM
SEM 4.
Now SEM 4 kan? So FYP SEM berapa? Saya lupa.
6.
Tambah lagi lah. 6 lah kan?
7.
6, 7 kan? So tak apalah, you can think of whatever suitable for FYP. Ini example saja. So another second one dipanggil fixed free, right? Saya sebenarnya tak bernampak ni, dia kena cover ni. The other one fixed kalau tak silap lah. And then the one on the right fixed pin. Okay. So tengok dia punya sketch tu semua lain kan? Mungkin yang number 2 from the left and number 3, 4 tu bawah tu sama B kan? Nanti dia panggil fixed, Contoh macam you welded lah, so bukan fixed. So these are 4 types of the what do you call column. Ni sebenarnya example, tapi kalau dalam kelas dia bagi example kat atas tu, tapi jawapan dah ada kat bawah, right? So kalau nak faham ni, tadi kan I show you the semi-submersible. So sebenarnya dia ambil kat atas ni. Ni pada So example here, right? I send sekali lagi benda tu. And then you have the distributed load. Faham ke distributed load ni? Maknanya load tu distribute equally, right? So here, this one forget it. Distributed load. So I show you the sketch. They're very similar lah to your, what do you call it? To your semi-submersible, right? Ataupun TLP, tension leg platform, right? So I send to you. So only 1% tak ada. Ni I take another shot. Silap. Okay, dapat? Boleh faham? So that means refer to the one on the top. So okay, soalan ni apa? A series of identical column, right? A, B. So maknanya dia, berarti column A, B 7 meter long. Column tu 7 meter and 5 meter apart. Antara dua kolom tu 5 meter. You support a distributed load. So yang atas tu dipanggil distributed load lah. W sebenarnya, small w. Column have elastic modulus of E equals to 200 gigapascal and welded to a plate at A, right? So bawah tu sebenarnya welded lah. So plate sama dalam kita punya sketch kan, with our tension leg platform ataupun semi-submersible, right? And horizontal beam at B. Okay. Determine maximum distributed load W can be applied knowing that Ix equal to 30 times 10 power 6 millimeter per 4. Kadang-kadang bagus juga pakai meter per 4 kan. Jadi contoh dia pakai millimeter lah. Iy equal to 10 times 10 power 6 millimeter per 4. So dia done for you. So sketch yang bawah tu dia panggil free body diagram lah. So you ambil, assume kalau yang bawah sketch tu you ada F kan, F going up on the left and then F force and then the load 5W, right, daripada atas tu. So the one on the left is showing the column and the FAB. FAB sebenarnya apa? Is the refer to the column lah. Column AB tu the load 2.5W, right? Kenapa? Ni kena soalan. Nur Nadirah ada ke tu? Ada. So boleh faham ke yang FAB tu jadi 2.5? Boleh faham Because dia itu lah. Because dia bawah tu menunjukkan. Because the uniform load assume be equal supported by each column, therefore F equal to FW 2. So distribute, you pun boleh buat eksperimen menunjukkan dia boleh support. Load supported by column AB is FAB 2.5. Okay lah, boleh faham. And then menggunakan formula for what do you call it? Euler buckling. Euler tadi kita belajar tadi. You dapatkan PCR jadikan pi squared EI over L effective length squared. So banyak kerja sikit lah. Then dia kata minimum initial biasanya IY. Bukan IX. Dapat the value and then from there you get your effective length yang divide lagi bawah tu. Saya ni dah kena cover tak apa nampak. Tapi so dapatkan W. Right? Siapa tak faham beritahu. So you can derive that and then W tu distributed load lah. Distributed load. Boleh faham Dia kena tanya soalan lah. Apa tadi? Satu lagi ni. Nurul Aini. Ada tu? Ni. Ini. Ada ke? Nurul Aini. Ada? Tak ada?
Yes, sir.
So nak tanya tadi on the apa tu? Distributed load tu faham ke? Distributed load. Okay, sorry. Apa beza distributed load dan concentrated load? Apa beza? What's the difference between distributed load and concentrated load? Apa beza? Beza ke sama? Okay. Tanya soalan.
Yes, sir.
Boleh?
Not sure, tak tahu.
Not sure yalah. Dia kalau distributed load, contoh macam apa? Macam you ada katakan ada beam ke kan on top of it ataupun a slab 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 material, dia bukannya one point load atau dipanggil distributed load. Okay? Ataupun contoh example katakan you ada container lah kan on top of it. So container tu berat dia distributed. Dalam tu ada apa? Can coal ke or even sand atau semua. So that sort of distributed load Okay. Tak faham cakap Okay. Yang ni mungkin complicated sikit lah. Tapi dia merujuk kepada cantilevered beam. Okay. AB. Right. Ini pun kena tanya soalan. Siapa tak ada Muhammad Izzat. Dah kenapa tanya ke? Muhammad Izzat?
Ya. Ya.
Okay. What do you understand by cantilever? Kalau kata beam tu like a cantilever maksudnya?
Dia yang lebihan beam yang lebih daripada, okay, kalau offshore daripada platform tu dia punya beam yang lebih jarak
Dia
dia.
lebih kan? Okay. So maksud dia tak support lah. Kalau kata kau contoh ni kan, this one, the example yang tadi tu. This one in a way is a cantilever lah. Okay, sekejap cantilever. So kalau yang example ni, kalau BC kan, column BC tu you buang kan, remove. So there is no support. Tak? AB tergantung lah. So tu panggil cantilever, right? And here I show you. Okay, bukan nak belajar kot dalam science material lah. So kalau our example here, yang tadi tu, this one is a cantilever, right? Kedua on the, okay, I see that. Kita cakap structure is no support lah. Nampak terima kasih you. So sebenarnya banyak structure yang macam cantilever ni kan. Kalau pergi mana-mana nampak. So soalan dia apa? So dia kata cantilever beam AB, this one dia ni American ni. Dia masih gunakan 80 feet, so dia boleh convert lah. Kalau ni, kalau tak. So kalau 18 feet almost 5 meter more than 5 meters lah. Supported at B by a 13 feet long standard column BC. So yang column tu 13 feet, right? So kalau you convert almost more than 3 meter lah. Oh sorry, it can be even more than 4 meter. Pin, right? Dekat B tu pin and fix at C. So kat C tu ibarat macam loaded lah. So in fact kalau dalam sketch ni, dia menunjukkan ada dot kan kat B. So dia kalau pin maknanya can move lah, can move, right? So column BC has cross section shown. So yang 2.25 inch dengan 1.25 tu sebenarnya dia punya cross section, at column for BC. So maknanya column tu berbentuk rectangle lah, rectangular, bukannya square. Determine maximum residual load W that beam AB can support, so that column BC does not buckle, right? So dia bagi EI of AB 2000 times 10^6 pound inch squared, ECB 10 times 10^6 pound inch squared. So sebenarnya bagus juga, able to engineer sebenarnya kena buat dua-dua kan, SI unit dan juga feed. Mana tahu you tiba-tiba kena kerja US dan Amerika kan. Kena tahu jugalah. Sebenarnya sekarang ni yang gunakan feed ni US je. Orang lain tak pakai lah. So paksa lah kita kena what do you call? We have some knowledge jugalah. So dia kata pin fixed column, effective length of column LE equal to 0.7. So ini sebenarnya formula lah. Kita dapat 0.7 tu. So kalau effective length untuk pin fix, dia menggunakan 0.7. Right? So dapat the value, the feet to convert to inch. Sebab apa, the what do you call it, loading apa semua tu, EE tahu kan? Moment what do you call it, siapa tahu apa E? E stands for what? Elastic modulus, elastic modulus or modulus of elasticity, E. So for column dimension given above, given the note that minimum inertia I. So biasa IY lah. So dB cube over 12 ni formula dia, right? Dapat 0.66. So benarnya you nasib baik lah, solution dah ada. So ketika bagi load menggunakan Euler tadi, so kalau KIP tu menunjukkan kilopound. So prop cantilever load deflection of point B defined using superposition. Dia menggunakan superposition, ataupun superpose lah, macam superimpose lah tu lah, right? So the one on left sama dengan the one on right. Okay, so you derive dapat delta 1 and delta 2, the reflection, right? So soalan ni jawapan ni panjang sikit. Go to next page. Then jawapan belah bawah tu atas similar question kat atas tu. Bawah tu we get column BC displacement of point B, right? Then you get that figure. And then H-nya dapat W, it's the load 0.112 kilopound per inch. Okay. So this one is recorded. So kita boleh tengoklah begini. Any question? Boleh faham? And ni saya give some general overview lah. Tadi tutorial kan. This one is a view of what they call offshore design, system design. So ada juga structure di offshore tu menggunakan aluminium alloy. Kebanyakan steel lah, tapi ada juga aluminium alloy. It's important to underline that nowadays the offshore application can be considered a main future trend for aluminium alloy. Okay. So in fact, they offer to this industry enormous benefit under form of cost saving. Dia akan menjimatkan cost lah. Okay, sebab apa? Because for similar strength, walaupun dia mahal, for similar dimension, aluminium is stronger. Walaupun dia ringan kan, tapi dia sebenarnya lebih kuat berbanding dengan steel for the same what do you call section modulus. Okay, so ease of fabrication, mudah to fabricate and proven performance in hostile environment, right? So prefabricated unit, you have the stair tower, mezzanine flooring, access platform, walkway, gangway, bridges, power and cable ladder system can all be constructed in prefabricated unit for simple assembly offshore or at fabrication yard. Okay. Boleh tanya soalan faham ke apa? So I think this one kita ada cover sikit on last week on the helideck. So sebenarnya helideck ni ada menggunakan aluminium juga lah. Mobility is for insulation and maintained even for large structural elements such as link bridges and telescopic bridges. So bridge tu menggunakan tu, tapi aluminium price tinggi lah. For the same weight, aluminium is more expensive, right? Helideck have been made by using aluminum alloy since the early 70s. So they have now fully track experience. They have the experience. So in terms of weight reduction, right? Designed to be modular. Boleh faham? Dia kena tanya soalan. Muhammad Afan ada tu. Muhammad Afan Aizat. Are you there? Afan. Ada ke? Ataupun dia dua ni. Muhammad Azim. Ada? Are you there? Muhammad Azim ada, Muhammad Hazim ada. Siapa ada? Azim?
Ada, sir.
Ada. So, kalau kata modular, right? What do you understand by modular? Boleh define tak modular?
Modular.
Kau dengar?
Modular. Dia macam design ke, sir? Modular design je.
Ya dah. Dia dua lah. Satu modular design, satu lagi modular structure. So kalau modular structure macam mana?
Modular structure.
Apa cakap je. Apa you faham?
Modular structure tu dia macam prefabricated dekat offsite kot. Lepas tu dia bawa
yalah.
lain itu assemble.
Betul. So biasanya modul, contoh macam accommodation unit kan, contoh lah example. So dia prefab the module and then they will hook up kat atas tu. Tadi katakanlah ni ada top side, so it comes in modules. So that means you tak payahlah nak ni fabricate semua kan. So tu module lah. Kalau untuk ship lah bukan sama lah. Then you have various blocks for module tu. Biasanya modular ni dalam satu modul dah complete tau. Electrical dia lah, piping semua dah complete. So you just sambung je. So there's a concept of modular. This is how people improve lah. And water connection allowing quick erection, easy shipping and handling. They offer weight reduction up to 70% of steel, meeting high safety standard, improving up to 12% cost saving. Any question? So kita ada juga purpose built modules, complete new quarters, crew quarters and utilities module from large purpose built module to flexible free-related units have been easily developed. Module may be used singly or assembled in group to form multi-story complexes, linked by central, transverse, corridor, and stair tower. Okay, ini benda. Okay. So tadi ada somebody mentioned about assignment 1 kan? You kena buat what do you call it? In terms of hard copy dan juga presentation lah. So sebenarnya whatever you present tu boleh juga you send to me, dalam bentuk report. So try to keep it within 5 pages lah. So sebenarnya week 5, bukan next week, another week. So dalam masa 2 minggu lagi lah. Still have time. So siapa nak tanya soalan on the this particular topic ataupun assignment? Boleh tanya? Anybody want to ask?
So yang assignment tu kena hantar video presentation ke atau present dalam kelas?
Yalah. Betul. So kalau video tu dalam masa team ni boleh lah video kan. Contoh macam Friday 3 jam 3 jam. So banyaklah time untuk video. So kalau Monday tu 2 hours boleh juga kan nak buat. Tapi ada berapa group ni? One group 3 person. So kalau 11 kan ikut sekarang ni ada 11 kan. Kalau masuk Nur Atira 12 lah. So that means you got 4 groups. Right? So sebenarnya kalau 2 hours pun cukup. Kalau ada video bagus juga. In fact you are more encouraged lah buat video. Siapa ada video then maybe you can give more marks lah. Markah lebih sikit. Mungkin video kan more interesting kan. Pada ni. Tapi make sure berkaitan dengan topik lah. So video tak payah send, don't have to send. Mungkin dalam team ni boleh lah. You present masa video. Tapi you send just the report, ataupun just report lah. Okay. Ataupun whatever you present. Tapi tak termasuk video. Video only for presentation. Okay. Any other question? Tak ada. So, today punya semua boleh faham buckling. First time ke belajar buckling? Siapa yang soal? Ahmad Raihan.
First time.
First time belajar. Introduction lah ni. Introduction lah. So kalau rajin balik-balik tu buatlah eksperimen. Buckling. Right. So I think we stop here kot. Sebenarnya lecture betul lama sikit Tapi benar bagi peluang lah for you to do the assignment and also what do you call? Menggalakkan you have your own study. So di textbook tu dah baca belum? Textbook yang saya bagi tu. Siapa yang dah pernah buka textbook tu? Ramai. Siapa tu? Dah? Oh, hebat.
Boleh tengok sikit.
Boleh Kita tengok sikit. So boleh faham lah. Dia sebenarnya dia very theoretical lah. Ada juga yang very theoretical. Tapi very useful lah. Sebab apa dia, I think bukan saja teori. Siapa nama kawan tu? Muhammad Al-Redi. So dia pun juga consultant. So I think he knows lah what he's talking about. So GK level lain sikit kan. You can lecture boleh juga. Tapi kalau you make your own study, bagus. And then kalau you encounter any problem, you can ask lah dalam masa team boleh tanya. Ataupun kalau nak tanya melalui WhatsApp boleh, email boleh. So biasanya kita ada past paper tau. Tapi this one subjek baru tak ada past paper. Offshore system design is a new subject. So there is no past paper. So UV paper is the first lah. First paper. Right? Saya tengok dekat universiti lain pun tak banyak lah yang ada offer ni, assistant design. So you're one of the pioneer lah in this field. I think you pun ada going to have your wave tank kan? Wave tank dah tengok? Oh, you kan tak sampai minat Siapa dah pernah tengok wave tank in construction? Dah ramai-ramai ni? Siapa ni?
Ada.
Belum tengok lagi? Belum?
Dah lama tak tengok.
Tak tengok? Oh, lama tak tengok, pernah tengok dah? Pernah tengok dah. So I think kalau ikut planning dia April, tapi mungkin lambat sikit. Mungkin Jun kot. Dia punya ni. Dia punya progress. Kalau ikut dia punya planning, dia kata April siap. Okay. So hope for the best. Okay, thank you very much. I think we stop here and then you can start on your ni assignment tu. Yeah. Then you encounter any problem, we don't lah. Alright, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Salam.
Bye.